So yeah, here I am again. I'm back and I'm in my pants. Yeah, we're doing Born Again. Originally I did a bit of video, which you'll see in a bit, just for Digital Bitch, because it didn't feel like it was even worth doing the rest of the album. But everyone seems to like the other video, so I thought I'll do the rest. But it is striking how, however, in some ways Born Again is very interesting. Guitar-wise, it is much less interesting than Mob Rules. You can see the lack of focus, the drug haze that Tony Iommi was in. It is guitar-wise, it's a dumber album. Obviously, the drums are more interesting, and you'll probably see how when I do the songs, how I'll make reference to the vocals for different bits of the song, which I wouldn't need to do with Mob Rules. So there you go. Okay, so first of all, Trashed with the strange intro. And don't forget, Gillan re-recorded this with Tony Iommi in 2006 for his Gillan's In album, and that was way tuned down. He'd actually gone 3 steps down again. So whereas a lot of old Sabbath is tuned 3 steps down, this is 3 steps down from the original down to D tuning. So it's a step lower than Ozzy sings Sabbath stuff now. So that version you play on the B string, so you need at least a 7 string to do it, or some serious down tuning, which Tony Iommi must have done. That gives you an idea of the position Tony Iommi would have played it in. Obviously, originally he would have played it in the E position, but the whole thing is 2 steps flat. It's the only Sabbath album to be 2 steps flat. That is, unless the Heaven and Hell album is 2 steps flat, which it probably is, actually, thinking about it. So yeah, so if this was down tuned to 2 steps, it would be. And you'll notice straight away how it doesn't sound right. Reason being, because it's quite a bit lower, it's quite heavy. So obviously we've got to do it by using a D down there. So I do something like this. So, we're supposed to be going with an open string, but we can't do that obviously. So. So the main verse is in here. It really was a beating, etc. Then what is it when you climb into my car? What? Now here's the thing. In those main verse bits, you can either just do that or kind of highway star it. Kind of thing if you want to. So here's the thing: is it? Or is it? Or and you can't really hear because the sound's so bad. And I actually tried to listen on the newer version, and because Gillan's vocals are very high in the mix at the top of it, it's hard to hear it on that. I'm pretty sure it is just. I'm pretty sure it's not the third. And I don't think it's that. But who knows? I was burning times turning, whatever it is, And I think there you want to be playing the lower strings and like I was doing with some octaves. I mean, you can. It may be controversial doing vibrato on such low strings. Yeah, so the only other bit, obviously, you've got to do the Hey Mr. Miracle, the descending bit. So you've got to start on A sharp so you can go down to G. So the ooh 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 bit. etc. And that's it, that's the song, and then you play some solos over bits of it. So next is Stonehenge, which is sound effects. You can do your own sound effects if you like, with lots of effects or whatever, blah blah blah. Probably with the bass, I would think, or something. So the next song is Disturbing the Priest, the song about disturbing a priest. So first of all, we've got the obviously Tony Iommi, remember, he's playing it in the position, but it is D. Doesn't make a lot of difference for this song, and you're just moving around that E note, so you know it's. Remember, we're playing it in the D position, so we're here, and you need to play the ding dong bit. Is E and D. So I do it like this. I go, make it quite nasty, you know. I think. And then you've got the well, it certainly sounds better on the next string down, so probably so then we've got the chorus, which is the obviously alarmingly like Song of the Southern Cross. You've got the actual verse bit, which is quiet, obviously. I wouldn't do the... That really should be the bass, you know. You should be doing sound effects, so, you know, bit of volume, bit of kind of stuff. And other than that, it's just the second Child in Time bit is where obviously you're doing it. Etc. And that's the whole song. There's really not, guitar-wise, there's not much to express. The next song is The Dark. It's another sound effects, so you can do your own sound effects, etc. And then we have probably, other than Trash, the most famous song on the album is Zero the Hero. There is a proper music video to Zero the Hero, which I think came out quite late. And it, obviously, Guns N' Roses nicked it. We directly reference proper Black Sabbath stuff in there. Now, and incidentally, that's the bit which I always notice live, because of course it's Bev Bevan, and Bev Bevan doesn't have the creativity of Bill Ward, of course. And he's actually doing the fast bit he does on Roll Over Beethoven on that bit. Check out a live version and you'll see, and it sounds, actually it doesn't sound very good, but it's interesting. But yeah, I'm playing that in the position Tony Iommi is playing in, so that would need to be tuned down. So obviously the thing is, we've really got to be over here in the E sharp territory, so you know it is going to be a bit territory. So we are going to have to change strings at some point, but obviously we can be doing the we just go up a whole tone. And obviously we can't play the riff over here, we've got to play it down here, so it's going to be... the verses are kind of heavier, and I was wondering if it was actually really was. I thought it was actually going to be like Paradise City, where you're going to be playing fourths. Or you know, fifths. I don't think it is. I think he's just going. And we've got the chorus. And don't forget, of course, there's the other scary bit. Which is probably the most interesting note on the whole album. It's digital pitch, obviously. So it's played in the A position, so we're doing open A. And as long as you're okay with lots of pull-offs of fourths, that's not an issue. But obviously, Born Again is a whole tone flat. So you've got to play it Richie Blackmore style. Yeah, or obviously we'll be doing so. Digital pitch, you've got to stay on the G before you go up. So you're just going to be doing. Might be worth getting used to that, which is basically how we start. And then when you're ready, you've got to go up. So you probably need to switch fingers for the G from your first finger to the second finger. That's what I'm doing. I have no idea if that's correct technique. So you've got to go. So yeah, Born Again. It's interesting how for this song it seems much more focused. Everything's really on. It even seems a bit clearer to listen to. Bill does some interesting stuff. Fantastic focused Iommi solo. Not that all the solos aren't great, but I think he steps up just a bit on this one. The subtlety there and the riff and everything as well. What I'm doing, I've just got a bit of chorus. It's difficult to tell what he was trying to do because of the production, but well, if you put it on a live version, maybe you'll get an idea. I've just got a bit of chorus, and all I'm doing on A sharp, I'm just going to be doing octaves. So you can add in those little bits or not. He doesn't always do them. Sometimes it's Geezer doing them. You can tell the effect I've got on there straight away isn't quite what Iommi's got. There's a real wash sound. And also we have Born Again. For the bit. But then of course we have the Born Again bit as he goes on. So that's actually, so you're doing that, but then you switch to Born Again. If you want to be a king for a day, whatever it is. Born Again, etc. Next is Hotline, played in the G position, although obviously it's not in G. Bit of a relative of Lady Evil, maybe? So sort of Lady Evil meets Hole in the Sky. But of course, you play it there if you down tune. We haven't down tuned, so we've got to play it. So we're going to be playing it down here. So there is going to be a little bit of stuff on the lower string. I mean, you can just do if you want, but I want to do just move across and do a. So what else have we got? We've got the will you show me a line, show me a time, whatever it is. Etc. And other than that, you've got the Ooh Baby bit, of course. You need an Ooh Baby bit because it is Ian Gillan. So we have to move down a string, and I'm doing it here. Something like that, I think, maybe not, maybe okay. Possibly. Not sure about that bit. And other than that, there is one bit which is When it comes back in after the solo for the screaming, we do the show me a time bit a bit higher. Fully channeling Fairies Wear Boots there, of course. Okay. So it leaves Keep It Warm, which I can't even remember. Start on A sharp and end up in the G position. That's it, really. You know, keep it warm. And that's kind of it. And you've obviously got the obligatory end of album Iomi solo, which by this point was starting to repeat a little bit, controversial. But yeah, see, you know, there's interesting stuff on there, particularly Born Again. Yeah, so catch you next week for 7th Star.